things, and I brought some bones that you can try, and we brought a Zydeco rub board that you can try out, and some other things. I'm Ryan Thompson. This is my son Brennish Thompson. We live about a block away from here. I've had the same phone number for 30 years. Right here in Newmarket. We play together for dances a lot and different performances. We'll be playing up at the Pumpkin Festival in Somersworth. And it helps if the chair that I'm sitting in is the right height, then we're not quite on level ground here, but I'll do my best to get balanced. Sometimes we play a whole dance and I just keep time with my feet for the dance. It's great to bring your band with you. Tell people a little bit about the spoons.
These are first originated in Quebec, in Canada, and they're made entirely out of one piece of wood, and they basically act as a spring. You push it down. These two pieces hit each other just like clapping your hands, and that's pretty much what they do.
Okay, we're going to demonstrate the spoons, and then after we play just a little bit, we'll pass them around to folks that want to take a look and just hold them and see how they work and maybe make a little sound with them. Just want to give you guys a chance to try some of these instruments. So I'm switching over to the flute just for fun, and I'm going to play a couple of French-Canadian tunes. Probably Real du Montreal, maybe, and Paper Ho, and maybe some. We'll see what else comes out. Maybe St. Anne's Reel. that one where he goes back and forth. And some of the gigs we do sometimes when we're playing, he's got this other one that he does off my shoulder, which really surprised me the first time that he did it. So why don't we just pass those around? Okay, I'm playing an instrument called the bones. And the reason they're called the bones is because a lot of times people make them out of actual bones of animals. Cow ribs work really well, shin bone works well. And my particular bones that I have today are spruce. They're made out of wood. Bones can be made out of all kinds of materials. The reason I like spruce and pine is that it's not as fragile as real bone. If you drop a real set of bones on a hard surface, they'll sometimes break.
And who makes these?
And we make these in our cellar. We make bones. We have a little factory going down there. And so I brought a set, and that you can try them. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. Who would like to try some out? Put your hands. I have a few sets. They're held together with rubber bands, so just take the rubber band off, and if you save the rubber band, that's good, then I can put them back together again. Okay, just raise your hands if you'd like to try. I have a few sets.
You know we would.
Yeah, you know we would.
Okay, now here's the technique that we use, and some people get it right away, sometimes it takes a couple weeks. The two curved surfaces together so that the curves are facing each other, like that. And you take your hand like this, and you put them between your first three fingers like this. That looks good. Okay, now the trick to making the bones work is one of the bones has to be held firmly so that it can't move. It's pretty much stationary, and then the other bone has a little bit of movement to it. And the one that we want to hold stationary is the one that's closest to our thumb. So the way we do that is we take our middle finger, the finger that's between the two bones, and we curve it back around so that it holds the bone that's closest to my thumb firm against the palm of my hand. Now the other bone is held a little bit looser so that it has a little bit of spring to it. So if you pulled it away from the other one and you let go, it'll spring back a little bit and make a little clicking sound like that. That's great. Exactly right. The bones are $12 for a set. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I can do it a little bit, but he's really
He can't.
gotten to it. He's supposed to be teaching me. He's supposed to be giving me some lessons on this. So we're going to do a little bit of a flat fiddle tune. Let's just see how loud it is. Play it a little bit so they can hear what the jaw harp sounds like. Go up. You ready?
called the middle part, which go like that, it's called the tongue. And that vibrates between these two bars, which they call the forks. It creates a very a collision between the air moving between the bars. It makes this. That's the original sound. Nothing else changed to it. And that's the job.
Okay, well now we're going to do a little zydeco music. So we brought along a zydeco rub board, and there's a man here at the festival that's playing a washboard today. And this isn't a washboard, this is similar. It's based on the idea of a washboard, but it's called a rub board or a frottoir. And this was made in Louisiana, and this is made as a professional percussion instrument.
That's awesome.
And Brent's going to pick out his favorite things to play it with. And I'm going to do a little Cajun song. He's going to remember. I'm not sure if I'll do Cajun. Would you want a Cajun song or a zydeco tune? We'll see.
All mics away from
You can stand up and do that.
All mics must stay away from the rub board.
Now, when we're on stage with the zydeco band, our band's pretty loud. We've got electric guitar and electric bass and drums. And if you use the right tools on the washboard, the rub board, you don't need to even need a microphone, because it's loud.
Really loud.
Diggy diggy line, diggy diggy low, fell in love with the fat-head pop and stole what the coffee goes. Diggy diggy line, diggy diggy low, diggy diggy line, diggy diggy low. Everyone knew it was a boy, no one could ever show how much love for diggy diggy low, low, low. Now, in the old days, the reason they called them a penny whistle was because they only cost a penny. Way back. Okay, everybody put your, cover the first top two holes on your whistle and play that note. Excellent. That's an A. We're going to school. Okay, for coming.